Happy Monday, everybody. How was your weekend? Did you do anything interesting or did you just kind of chill and be home like I did? Well, I actually went live last week briefly because everybody was talking about everybody's been talking about yay, Kanye, whatever, whatever. And everything that's been going on with him, and I've been kind of looking at some of the information and just kind of reassessing things. I am personally not a big Kanye fan, not myself. I like the old Kanye, like when he very first came out, and you know, and I liked him back then because it was just he was seemed a little bit more like he didn't have so much going on. Now it just seems like he just kind of just got a lot going on. And I just don't know what exactly it is. Me personally, I don't feel as if Kanye is crazy. I know that's the whole vibe that they're trying to paint. Like he's crazy. I do think he's a little bipolar now, he has some little issues going on. And of course, I, like a lot of people, feel that it probably happened after his mother passed. And like with anyone, that just kind of sent a jolt to him because he was very close to his mom, from what I understand. I don't know him personally at all. And so I just want to say everything that I'm saying is basically my opinion. I don't know Kanye. I know a little bit about his music, but I kind of want to speak on him because right now he is topic of conversation. He has a lot going on, and I just, being what I do, I felt like it was important for me to kind of address it. And in my honest opinion, I don't feel like he's crazy, but what I do feel, I feel as if Kanye, with everything that's going on, I think he's gotten a gut check, if you know what I mean. And the reason I say that is because, in my opinion, a lot of people, when they become successful, what they consider successful, or they're hanging out with an elite group, they got money in the bank, no worry about bills and money and famous and all of that. Honestly, sometimes they forget they're black at the end of the day. And I would say, with everything that's going on, he's gotten gut check. Well, he's known to do a lot of sporadic things, you know what I'm saying? And so when he went on Drink Champs, I don't think it really surprised anybody about some of the antics and things that he was kind of going on saying and all of that kind of stuff. But then when he started saying like things that about the Jews that were like what they consider anti-Semitic, they put out there anti-Semitic, which some of it may have been, some of it just may have been his feelings. My thing is, I listened to the entire video on interview with Drink Champs, and I personally think that, and these are my personal opinions. It's just you do whatever you want to do with the information, but you know, I just kind of feel as if he didn't expect Adidas to react the way that they reacted to the things that he was saying. A lot of this with Kanye, in my opinion, I feel like it stems from some internal issues that he's dealing with. And I don't think it makes him crazy. I just think it makes him perplexed and have a lot of things running through his mind. And a lot of times, like I said, when people get a lot of money, they forget that they're black. Mhm. And I think just recently with everything going on, he's gotten gut checked. And when he went on Drink Champs, okay, some of the things that he was saying, me personally, being an African American woman, I don't want anyone saying anything about my ancestors. Mm-mm. I wasn't born during the slavery times, but I know my ancestors went through a whole heck of a lot. And I would personally get offended if anyone tried to go in and make light of anything that they've experienced. And I'm sure any race of people feel the same way. I don't think p- anyone really checks Kanye because they feel like Kanye is gonna do whatever he want to do whenever he wants to do it, and so they just be like, let him go on out there and make a fool of himself, and he'll get past it and that kind of thing. But I think this time was a little more dramatic than what he's used to. They just kind of be like, whatever. But he's been doing things so back to back, and this is my thing with Kanye. One time, and I'm sure other people probably think that too, that between the type of women Kanye date, and you date who you want to, black, white, green, purple. I don't really care. But don't begin to date outside your race and then start thinking you're better. Um, that's all you kind of seen him with. Was white women. I felt like he kind of lost touch. Um, between that and the people that he was hanging with, he was wearing the Magna hat, um, the Donald Trump "Make America Great Again" hat, and that was like, really, Kanye? Like, I just guess people don't, you know, think about the how the when they you feel like you're indispensable. When he was on Drink Champs, he was saying he can say certain things, anti-Semitic things, and Adidas would not drop him. And I felt that he could deal with a lot of the other backlash that he was getting, but he felt like he was pretty secure with Adidas. Ye, I'm sorry, he goes by Ye now. Kanye legally changed his name to Ye. So he felt that Kanye, he felt that he could say whatever he wanted to because he was such a big part of their portfolio that Adidas would not drop him. But when Adidas actually dropped his behind, I felt like that out of everything that he's dealt with, gut checked him. And he finally realized, I am black after all. I got a few coins to rub together, but I'm black. And I think that in itself um made him start backtracking and rethinking some of the things he's been saying and some of the things he's been doing. Because, with Kanye, he had started to really kind of, I feel, look at black people like we were not that important, to the point where, our feelings didn't matter and some of the things he said did not matter. I mean, I'm sorry, did not matter. Um, and now he realized that it does. People have to realize, I feel like he's very, very smart. Sometimes people are so smart, they're smart, too smart for their own good. And I feel like he has so much going on in his head, he doesn't take time to think about what he says. He felt like he was rich, he could say it and it wouldn't matter. And he realized that it does matter. People have feelings, and you cannot just go around and saying, forget everybody else. I'm Ye or Kanye, and I'm gonna say what I want to say. You either like it or don't like it. I really don't care. And when he went on Drink Champs, I think he did a little bit too much. In my opinion, if you have a problem, I mean, just common sense. If you have a problem with somebody, you can't condemn the whole race of people. There are bad people in all races. I'm black and glad of and happy to be. But there's some black people that I don't want to be bothered with. There's some white people that are very good people, and I don't want to be bothered with some of them. You know, I know a guy that's a Jewish attorney, and he's very good at what he does here in Atlanta. you should not dare to say things that are so hurtful to people just because you have money. And I feel as if when he went on Drink Champs, he was kind of feeling himself. Now, in the midst of all this happening, I feel that he's been humbled. And I think he's realizing that my mouth has written a big old check that I may not be able to catch because he's lost a lot. And with that being said, he did not realize, it's an old saying. It's an old saying. The man with the money make the rules, right? I don't care how we like it, slice it, or dice it, right? You have a lot of money, what you say, and the opportunities that are there for you are going to be greater. That's just kind of what it is. So, what he should have done, if if people in the industry, and him saying it's not the first time I've heard it, that the entertainment industry is real cutthroat. I've heard it a lot. So I don't feel like everything Kanye is saying is lying. He's I don't feel like he's lying. I do feel like some of the things he has said, I look at him like, okay, get yourself together because at last time I checked, you are a black man. When he was in Paris and he hosted the fashion show or whatnot, he should have never um had that shirt on about White Lives Matter. Okay. I think he was with Candace Owens, and Candace Owens is a conservative. She's another one who has forgotten, in my opinion, have forgotten that she's a black woman. But that's cool. You don't have to, but you always get checks at some point. You will get checked. Because at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you have, guess what? You are black. You could be a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. You are black. You just may be a black doctor, black lawyer, or a black Indian chief. So at some point, when you get too much, or unless you just play the game indefinitely, you will get checked. But Candace Owens and him were at the fashion show in Paris, and they both had on the White Lives Matter shirt. Now, this is the thing with Kanye. Okay, he's advocating the pro-black thing now, right? And I'm glad something has gotten his attention because he really had gotten to be too much. And he's admitted it. He's humble, and I'm so glad he's humble because he needed to be a little humble because he was just doing way too much. What he could have done, he did not realize what the platform he had. If we matter so much to him, that he could have used that platform in a different way. Because when you have money and you in a authoritative position like he was in, that he could have used his voice and been heard so much louder than what now. Um, he could have opened schools in our neighborhoods. He could have helped with the Boys and Girls Club. There was just so much. He could have made a shoe. He could because he knows a lot of black children cannot afford no dang on Yeezys. Okay. And I don't know why they would want to, but that's just my opinion. But they love those shoes, right? Because they're different. They're different. He could have created a lower standard type of shoe. Didn't have to necessarily impact the quality so much, but he could have created another shoe that some of these little black kids, little minority children, or there are white people that can't afford things too. Some of the children that are less fortunate, let me say, would have been able to get a pair of those shoes, and he could have given back. But I guess he had forgotten who he was for so long because he was running with the Kardashians and he was running with the Trumps and he was running with, him, Elon Musk, I think, which Elon Musk is, I think, like the CEO or whatever of Tulsa. He owns Twitter now, right? So he was running with all those likes and the celebrity people and the Diddies and all these people. So he didn't have to care about little us down here. Mhm. But he's gotten a reality check. So better late than never, right? Better late than never. So I'm glad something has woke him up to make him realize at the end of the day, you are black in America. And when Adidas dropped him, I think it made him realize now I'm really being impacted. And then Chase hit him. And it's like they want you to move all the money you got and hit their bank. They didn't want to be bothered, right? So my thing is now we have a new found Kanye. Kanye's always said crazy things, they say, but I don't think the man crazy. I actually think he's pretty smart personally. I think he's pretty intelligent. I really, really do. I just think he misdirects some of the things he's saying, and he doesn't think before he speaks. You gotta think. Everything come up don't shouldn't come out. It just should not. Me, myself, Carolyn, I like to be around good people, whether you are black, white, green, or purple. I like good people. And that's the thing. People, I never want to be anything else. I didn't never want to be Caucasian. I don't want to be Puerto Rican. I don't want to be nothing. I just want to be who God made me. He made me African American woman, and that's who I want to be. And even when I get successful, and it's coming, I'm still going to remember who I am, and where I came from. I'm going to give back. But some people, they forget. And now he remembers. And I'm so glad he does. So better late than never. So let's moving forward. I think that this situation that happened. Well, let me say this first of all. N.O.R.E, right? He's a ex, well, not ex, really, former rapper. And people were kind of on him, thinking that N.O.R.E should have spliced and diced that interview up, right? I don't know how many of you guys might feel that they should have done something with that interview. I personally felt knowing Kanye, and he gave N.O.R.E Drink Champs podcast the platform that he gave them when Ye went on there. He should have chopped some of that up. Now they don't edit their podcast normally, but now I listen to his post interview with Ye. They are now editing their interviews. But hell, I'm sorry, hey, he excuse me. Kanye has really put his foot in his mouth now, at his sacrifice. But they're feeling like N.O.R.E should have sliced and diced that interview up. Me personally, he did warn Ye. He warned him. At the time, that's when Ye head was like this. He didn't care. But he should have helped save him from himself. This being N.O.R.E and knowing Kanye. But the thing is, they drank on that podcast, and they be smoking, and they be drinking, and smoking and drinking. They be litty. So when you litty, you ain't thinking about chopping and dicing and cutting up no audio, video. He was thinking about his views. Hey, that's his job, right? So I don't know necessarily if at the black man, he should have thought about it a little bit, or whoever they should have recorded that and then took it to the air. They should not have recorded it live, just because Kanye is so volatile, and you never know. I personally think N.O.R.E intended on all this backlash. Not for himself, not for Kanye either. He wouldn't have wanted to do this because he cares for Kanye. But this is just what happens, and Kanye was so used to running his mouth, and then this is kind of what happened. Now, moving forward, as I say, Elon Musk and Kanye, Ye, Lord forgive me, the man's name has legally been changed to Ye. Ye are really, really close. And that being said, this situation could end up being positive for Kanye if he play his cards right, if he shut up and stop talking and reacting to everything out of his emotion. I'm telling you, I think the breakup with Kim, and he know a lot about that family now, and they probably had him sign an NDA. I'm sure Chris had him sign an NDA, but he's been leaking stuff out. Kanye been leaking a little bit out here and there. So, but he knows a lot about that family, and I can promise you, one of the things that stimulated, in addition to something happened with these contracts that irritated him, that's that between that and between something with Kim and his children not being in his life like he would love them to be. All this steamroll in his head, and all this is kind of what caused him to go on Drink Champs and just go in and go all the way in. And I wish he should have thought about it. I wish he had just kind of like pulled the rein back just a little bit. Kanye just pulled the rein back just a little bit. And like I said, I'm not no big Kanye fan, but I wouldn't want anyone who worked hard career to be thrown out the window. Now, I would tell you he wasn't that nice. He wasn't that nice when he was up here. He wasn't that nice. But I don't wish that on anyone because, I just wouldn't. He's talented and I really hope that he can bounce back from this. But my thing is he going to have to reassess himself. And I would tell you, like I was getting ready to say, him and Elon Musk, which is now he owns Twitter, right? And Twitter is not a public company anymore. They're private. He gonna revamp Twitter. And you think about it. Elon Musk now, it was just a good friend of Kanye, owns Twitter. Ye, I keep calling Kanye, you know what I mean. Ye just legally changed his name to Ye. All the people, well, from what I know, Balenciaga, Gap, Adidas, all these people that had big contract he was under contract with have dropped him. So nobody's in control of what he does. He's still talented, right? He can make a shoe and deviate from that initial shoe and create something bad. And guess what? He's going to be in control of his shoe. Kanye is not crazy. A little foolish, misguided, and don't listen. Yeah. Crazy, no. If he's actually a smart guy. If he uses this platform that he's trying to establish pro-black kind of thing, which I hope is sincere. I hope. I don't know, but I really hope if he uses this situation the right way, Kanye, nobody owns him. Nobody, no, well, not own him. Nobody owns him anyway, but nobody owns the right to Ye but him because he legally changed his name. Right? You watch it. If Ye, aka Kanye, if he had been smart, he would have did the same thing Dave Chappelle did. When Dave Chappelle was having problems with the network that he was dealing with, what was it, Comedy Central and someone else, I heard David Chappelle's interview, right? A little brief of it. And he was saying when he went into the business, he was a young boy. He needed money. He needed the money. And just like a lot of those celebrities, they go into these contracts. Sometimes they don't even care. They don't get because they drop them some money right up front. You know what I'm saying? So they like, man, I need this money. I need this money. So they don't even be thinking about, okay, I need to have a lawyer look over it, right? So they sign off. And what happens is they sign off the use of their names, like someone can use their name on whatever, and they can't do nothing to stop it. So if they blow up, that company that owns the use of their name and their likeness, they could put their shirts on stuff, they could use their name on stuff, they own the right to so much of them that they lose who they are, right? So that's why these stars a lot of times have to recreate themselves and create new names. That's why Prince had to change his name, and that's why people they do this because they be done signed so much away. But then you got to rebrand yourself. But see, Kanye, y'all think Kanye crazy? Kanye ain't crazy. He ain't crazy. What Kanye gonna do? He gonna snap back, and he gonna if they don't do anything to hurt him. Now we pray because child get real dirty out here in these streets. I pray in the name of Jesus they don't do nothing to hurt that boy. I really do. But he use this opportunity, right? He can bounce back and he can really blow up for real, for real. And then he will own Kanye. Well, yay, sorry. Kanye, he probably signed off and then let people use it and stuff like that. That's why he's so angry. He's built it up to be so big and it's worth so much. And he's signed off his name and his likeness and all that stuff, like Dave Chappelle did. He said he could not stop Comedy Central and all them from using his he was recording a show and they were recording the show and they was able to put the show out on their network and he didn't authorize it and it wasn't nothing he can do because he had signed away his rights basically. So when you sign off on contracts, you got to be able to understand what you sign and you need to consult an attorney an unbiased attorney. And you need to make sure you have someone that is in your best interest. Because the one thing that Dave Chappelle did, he could not stop them from using his name, his likeness, and none of that. So you know what he did? He stopped doing stand-up. He said, well, if I can't get any control, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna stop doing stand-up. So ain't nobody gonna make no money. Ain't nobody gonna make no money. So if they want to make money, let's go back to the table. Let's renegotiate this thing right here. And that's how he was able to get it renegotiated. Other than that, he would continue allowing people to make money off him and his name, and he wasn't getting a dime. And I think that's part of why Kanye is upset. People are able to make money off of Kanye, the brand, and it ain't nothing he can do about it. So that's why he changed his name to Ye. You watch what I'm telling you. What is it? October 31st, 2022. I don't know how long it's gonna take him, but Kanye gonna come back and he gonna redo some things. Watch what I'm telling you. Watch what I'm telling you. If he play it just right, and I hope he's being honest about how he feel about his people, he can help some of these little unfortunate children out here who really love his music, really love his product, and he can make an affordable line because the prices of his products were way too expensive. Too expensive, sorry, too expensive. So maybe he's been gut checked hard enough to understand you need to chill and everything come up should not come out. You redirect your anger and you get them where it hurt. Take a note from Dave Chappelle. Take a note in how he did it. If I can't control my money and my likeliness and who I am, and nobody is going to control it. And you know what? He made a whole lot of money, Dave Chappelle, when he came back. So my thing is, I am hoping that he can reinvent himself and he can bounce back from all of this, because I'm telling you, he's really dug a really deep hole. You can never when you're a grown man or woman, you have to act as a grown man or woman. You have to consider people's feelings. Just because you are famous or a celebrity, don't mean that you're not human. You have to take the good with the bad. When you associate yourself with people that are all about the money, then those are the type people that you're gonna, be dealing with. So you can't expect them to love you in that way because and care for you and care about you and all of that. They care about the money, baby, the bag. That's what they care about. So anyway, I wish Kanye yay luck. It's gonna take a minute to get Kanye out of our heads. Yay luck. I pray that what he's going through, he's actually learned a lesson and he learns from this, because he can really, really make this situation, I mean, something big if he do it the right way and be quiet. And when I say be quiet, I'm talking about him running his mouth now, moving forward off of his issue, moving forward. I'm talking about him being sued now by George Floyd's baby mother. For real, you gonna say things about the lady. Now I understand you being angry because he donated. He said, I think he said he donated 2 million towards her daughter when everything happened. And I can understand him being mad that now the lady want to sue him. She want to sue him because of what he said about, okay, I guess Kanye, I guess he watched a documentary by Candace Owens. You remember I was telling you about Candace Owens? Candace Owens is the conservative black lady that has an identity crisis going on. Okay. She doesn't consider herself, I guess she thinks she's somebody else or something. I don't know what she thinks. But anyway, she's a conservative and she runs in some of the same circles that Kanye run in. Her and Kanye are pretty cool, right? So I guess she did some sort of documentary, and she would made a comment about George Floyd and that what's his name, Chauvin, the little crazy former police officer that actually took George's life. said it was that he didn't have his knee on his neck. Now, anybody with common sense know that that man, I ain't gonna even call him a man, that animal's knee was on George Floyd's neck. Anybody knows that. If you got eyes, you can see it. But Kanye made a comment that that's not what happened and that's not what he passed from. And that was an absolute lie. He took that information from her documentary and went on the show, well, the podcast Drink Champ, and said that he died from the fentanyl. Well, we all know that. Just because you have something in your system, that doesn't mean that's what kills you. You understand what I'm saying? That does not mean that's what kills you. And we all know that George Floyd died from that former police officer Derek Chauvin's knee on his neck for what was it, like 9.5 minutes? He should have never commented on that. But he should have. That's where he should have drawn the line. But that's the old Kanye when he was around here acting like he could say what he want to say. Well, she got upset. She got upset. And she said that she was going to sue him for like what? $250 million. She was going to file a lawsuit. And Kanye got upset. Her name's Roxie Washington. Roxie Washington. And that's George Floyd's baby mom. So Kanye got upset and made a comment. Either he tweeted or something and made a comment talking about her her hat and how she looked and all this stuff or whatever. I didn't even follow that mess up because I thought it was so stupid for him to say something with all the other mess that he was in. That's what I'm saying. He don't listen to nobody. He need a whooping. He need a good old-fashioned whooping because he is not acting his age. He just running his mouth and he just digging himself deeper, deeper, deeper in a hole. Okay? Because any American, I don't care if you black, white, green, or purple. I don't care who you are. We know how that man passed. Okay? I don't care what they try to put contributing factors and all that foolishness. We know. Let somebody cut your ear off for that period of time and see what happens to you. Well, when Kanye made the comment, the lady filed a lawsuit, $250 million. Kanye said, hold up. How you gonna hit me now when you know I'm being basically taken advantage of and being drained and stripped of all my money? Now you finna come and try to get me too after I help your family. So Kanye got mad and he was around here saying all kind of foolishness again. And it was like, wait a minute. Come on, Kanye. Stop while you're ahead. You're trying to get us in your corner a little bit, even though you were saying all kind of things. You wasn't really showing that you were pro-black back then. But we trying to work with you just because we are giving race and stuff like that. So just hush. Don't talk about George Floyd. That's a sensitive topic. Just stop it. Well, he didn't. So now I think the lady has filed a lawsuit and Kanye said some things he should not have said. And now people are saying things to Kanye regarding that. Oh, child. It's just Kanye. Stay focused, Kanye. Stay focused. Well, not Kanye. Yay. Stay focused. Stay focused, yay. Stay focused. But he did, since Ye did apologize to George Floyd's family, about what he said on Drink Champs. He did apologize, and he said he apologized if he offended any of them and yada yada. But we know that George Floyd's death came from the knee on the neck. And that was it. And that's the end of that discussion. But Kanye, hush. You need a spanking. You're a good old-fashioned back door great grandma from Carolina, over the knee. Get in the tub, get out the tub, get a switch off the tree, butt whooping. You need a butt whooping because you don't know how to hush. You better hush, Kanye, while you can, okay? We trying to let you back in. We try to give you your card back, but you keep running your mouth here. Better hush. You just better hush while you got dang on can. Okay, now moving on. Real quick. I ain't finna even talk about this long. But y'all know Ray J and Ray J. Y'all know Ray J, Brandy's little brother. He gonna always be Brandy's little brother. I don't care what he do, but Ray J. You know Leolah Brown, which is Bobby Brown's sister, right? You know she's writing a book, right? So she's kind of talking about she's gonna disclose the real relationship between Ray J and Whitney. Now I'm gonna tell you, here we go again. But people, I just feel like certain things in family just need to stay in the family. I do not even hear of Whitney Houston's mama or her family talking about Whitney as much as Bobby's family. They keep trying to chase the coin. God bless Whitney Houston soul. Rest in peace, Whitney. We miss you, girl. We do. But she's Leolah Brown. She is writing a book, right? And she's writing a book, and she's saying that Whitney did not have no real relationship with no dang on Ray J. I think they had something was going on. I ain't finna even get into that, but she was saying that she's gonna expose the truth. She's gonna tell what happened with her niece. And that's part of the reason why Ray J was about to commit suicide, because he knew that she was coming out with a book and among other stuff, child, that was going on. And I'm just saying, Leolah, y'all need to stop. Let Whitney rest in paradise. She's with her father, and we want her to rest. Now, they've done Bobby family, them sisters and child, they done this. Let Whitney rest, okay? Her family don't even discuss her like that. Let her rest in peace. Come out with your book, but please use a little discretion. I know you need probably to sell the book and stuff like that, and you got to get down dirty a little bit. But I remember some time ago when, and this was involving Kanye too. Kanye was putting out, no, Pusha T was putting out his album. That's I wasn't really into hip hop like that back then, but I think Kanye purchased the pictures from Whitney's bathroom. Like big picture of Whitney's bathroom that had all the stuff on it, the drugs and stuff like that. Not to really get back into it, but it's on the internet. But I think Kanye actually brought that cover from Tina, and they used that as the cover to Pusha T's album Daytona. Back then, I think it's been several years back. But Ye was behind that too. And that's again insensitivity. Like, stop it. Like, now you see how it feels when people are trying to drag you through the mud. And Ye, that was wrong. That was wrong too. But anyway, I was saying that to say that now Leolah, Bobby's sister, want to come out with a book and disclose stuff about Whitney and Bobby Christina, and probably her brother too, because she was married to him. And I'm just like, to sell books. I'm telling you, the dollar bill, honey. It ain't money that's the problem. It's the love of money and people. Because certain things happen in families need to stay in families. People don't need to be out here saying certain things. Certain things that go on in your family need to stay there. I don't know, and I don't understand. Every time you turn around, they have something to say. I just really hope that it's not anything so disparaging and heartbreaking that it upsets her, Whitney's mother and things like that. Because I'm telling you, Brown sisters need to sit down and talk about something in your family. I don't hear you talking about nothing in your family, because I think Leolah used to be Whitney's assistant and she got rid of her. And she don't probably had a problem and attitude ever since then. That's why you got to be careful who you let in your circle. Because you let people all up in your circle, they can cause a whole bunch of problems for you, honey, because they know all your business and they put it all out. And no, 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 no. You got to watch who you allow to be getting close to you. Even family. They will put your biz naive, like Scrappy say, up in this street naive. So you got to be careful. So I just pray that she don't be getting too crazy and saying things too much that she should not be saying, because she's talking about she's gonna be talking about with Bobby was rushed to the hospital and all this kind of foolishness and things that Pat said when Bobby Christina was in the hospital, and that they saw the expression on her face and stuff. They just all this stuff just to sell books. Like, stop it. I tell you. And she doesn't like Bobby's current wife because she feel like she's just trying to be in it for the money. That man had been married to that lady for years. Like, sit down. You know what I'm saying? Sit down. But Kanye had his little hands up in that mess too at one point. So Kanye, you done really did You're talking about the rappers and stuff like that, but you done did some crazy stuff too. You done did some crazy stuff. So I pray that he's learned his little lesson and he sit it all the way down. All the way down. Okay. What y'all think about Wendy Williams? All the W's. Wendy Williams. You know, she's been released from rehab recently. She was gone for 2 months, and they say she's out now. She's better than ever, and she's gonna be coming to us, and she's got some great things in store. Um, you know, she's stronger and she's in control. And you know what? I like Whitney. Wendy. When Wendy was out, I keep saying Whitney because I just talked about Whitney, but Wendy, when Wendy Williams was out at her top, her best, whatever she was going through, and she kept it under wraps. I really like, Wendy. I hope she come back and she does well. I don't necessarily think she's ready quite yet. 2 months from all that she's been going through, I don't think that's enough time. To me, when someone is in rehab and the elements of control, they seem to do well. But once they get out and they have to deal with things in the real world, that's the real test. I pray and hope that she's doing better. Do I think that she's ready to come before the public and start doing all these shows? They had pictures or something when she was out and she was taking pictures looking good, looking good. But you could dress up anything and make it look good now. So I really hope and pray that she is doing better because Wendy, I really liked her show. I really liked her show. So I hope that she's ready to come back and be the Wendy, Wendy that we know, and she's successful. I think right now that she's ready. No, I think she needs to give herself some time. I feel like she's still dealing with a lot. They need to keep that her ex-husband away from her though, because he the fool that contributed to her going all the way over. He's been there for a while, and I think that relationship was a toxic relationship for her for a long time because obviously we know he was cheating. He had someone on the outside and he had a baby with. So I personally feel that he needs to stay as far away from Wendy as he possibly can, and they can keep him because he's about the money. That's the only reason he was with Wendy all this time. So I won't say the only reason, but later on in life, when he was ready to start tiptoeing out or whatnot, he was probably staying with Whitney more than likely, for the dinero, the mucho dinero, honey. So, I don't know. Keep him away from Whitney. Keep Wendy, take it slow. Continue to heal. Don't rush coming back in front of people to talk and try to do what you always done. They said something about her opening a restaurant or being involved in a restaurant. I don't know about all of that. I think she needs to take it slow. Maybe she can go into the podcast. I think she would do well, starting off maybe that way, and then maybe seeing how she does, and then moving forward. But I really don't think she needs to rush. Finally, I want to tell you about. I'm sure y'all heard of this guy named Charleston White, and Ti. They were kind of like I think they were friends or something one time. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, I know right now they having a little beef. And they because T.I.'s son had said some things and Charleston felt like it was disrespectful and all this kind of stuff. And I think T.I.'s son, like any one of us, good, bad, or ugly, we love our children. So, T.I. doesn't appreciate some of the things that Charleston was saying to his son. And then Charleston leaked the conversation him and T.I. had. He leaked some of the audio and then he said he wanted to sell it. I think he said to TMZ or something. Child, I'm like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I do think when we have children, I know, not think, you have got to teach your children to be respectful. They have to be respectful to adults. That's an old saying. But adults have to be respectful as well. You can't be around here saying all kind of stuff to kids because kids ain't like they used to be. They'll get back with you. It ain't like when we were growing up, it's all the time, yes. And I teach my kids, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I don't know. People think that's country, but it is what it is. I say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, sir, whatever. So I raise my children the same way. Everybody don't do that. Everybody don't do that. I respect my elders. That's how I was raised. Everybody don't do that. So you kind of have to approach people based on who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I just think when you have a problem with someone's child, you should go to the adult. If things end up initially going, getting moving between you and the child, you still need to hit the brakes and go to the parent. I don't think an adult should be getting into too much dialogue with the child, even if they're 18. 18, they still don't know what they're talking about. They wet behind the ears. They just think that they're grown, but they're not grown. You know what I'm saying? You need to always go to the adult. So, Charleston, and he's been saying other things. I just think he need to chill too. He just trying to get kind of notoriety too, I think, and get out there, because he know different celebrities and things. He's been in with a lot of them. He said some things about Boosie, because I think Boosie the rapper had said something to him, and he made a comment to Boosie. So I just think Charleston need to hush. He trying to kind of get notoriety too, and I just think that people just need to chill. That's what I think. Um, and the world would be a better place. We all love each other. But anyway, I just want to come and say happy Monday. Just want to kind of come and talk to you and say a few things and say, um, have an awesome week. I'll be back later this week. And I think I'm going to talk about, I don't know. We'll see. I want to talk about some relationship stuff because that's always fun. And I might talk about a little bit more reality TV. I was talking about Kenya and the Martell. I was talking about Kenya and Martell and that little disagreement they had, and Bravo was keeping it hush hush. But it did come out that Kenya was saying that Martell had hit her up in her DM, and that Kenya and Sheree are really close friends. They hang together and they like really close. They do things together and stuff like that. But now Sheree is dating Martell, and Kenya had made a comment that Martell hit her up in her DM. That's what the rumor is, allegedly, that they had little words about, right, at the birthday party of Ross. So that was some time ago when they filmed. Well, Kenya is messy Betty. She's messy Betty, because you remember some years ago, maybe about a year or so ago, when they had a girl on the show named Tanya. I think they called her Tanya. She was had a fiance. They weren't married, but they were kind of like married. He was like a partner, and she Kenya was messy with that situation too. Remember this lady they called the cookie lady? I'm gonna have to come back and show you her picture. But it was a lady, but they called the cookie lady. And Kenya and Cynthia, they were good friends, but they kind of got into it because um Cynthia was saying that Kenya was trying to throw her under the bus, saying that she was involved with the cookie lady. Cookie lady was this lady that had a cookie shop. She sold all kind of like little specialty delicate like cookies, and they looked really good. But she was saying that Paul tried to hit on her when Paul was Tanya's fiance, living boyfriend, fiance, whatever he was, right? And Tanya was the girl on the show at the time, right? And she was saying that he was trying to hit her up, and honey, they in the club with some friends. He was trying to hit on her and so they were having a birthday party or something. And either Kenya or Cynthia, I think it was more Kenya, by way of Cynthia, invited the girl, the cookie lady, to the party. Well, we knew Tanya was gonna be to the party, and child, they was trying to be messy, like always, but it was Kenya. Kenya always in somebody's relationship, but when she had her little situation going on, she didn't want nobody in her little relationship. She was wanting people all out of her relationship. But you gotta watch Kenya. Kenya messy child, messy boots. But anyway, look, y'all have a great, great, great week. Enjoy the weather. We're getting to the last hot days, I'm sure. And I'll be back later this week. I don't know what day. I think I had a show this week on Friday. But I'll come and announce it the closer I get to it. But anyway, look, enjoyed chatting with you today. Almost been an hour. So have a great remainder of your week. And until next time, bye.